That $5 bag of Epsom salt sitting in your bathroom right now? You probably bought it for a bath soak. Maybe you pulled it out once when your back was killing you, used it, and then shoved it under the sink and forgot about it. That is a mistake. Don't make it, because what's inside that bag goes way beyond a relaxing soak. I've personally started using Epsom salt for things all over my house, and I stopped buying at least a dozen other products because of it. So today we're going through 15 benefits of Epsom salt that most people have never even thought about. And number 1 on this list genuinely shocked me the first time I tried it. But first, if this is the kind of no-fluff, actually useful content you're looking for, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming. And drop a comment right now and tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how far this community reaches. All right, let's get into it. Benefit 15, sore muscle relief after a workout. Now I know what you're thinking. Everyone knows Epsom salt is for sore muscles. But what most people don't know is why it actually works, and that changes how you use it. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. When you soak in it, your skin absorbs some of that magnesium, which helps relax the muscle tissue and reduce inflammation. So it's not just a warm bath making you feel better. The magnesium is doing real work in there. 2 cups in a warm bath, soak for about 20 minutes, and you'll feel the difference compared to just hot water alone. And here's the thing, a bag of Epsom salt costs around $5 and lasts for weeks. Compare that to a bottle of muscle recovery lotion or a sports recovery product that runs you $15 or $20. The math isn't hard to do. It's quite simple when you think about it. Benefit 14, relief for achy, swollen feet. You don't need a full bath for this one. Just a small basin will do. Fill a basin with warm water, add half a cup of Epsom salt, and soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. The magnesium gets to work on the inflammation and soreness, and the salt itself helps reduce any puffiness. I started doing this after long days on my feet, and I honestly can't believe I was buying those expensive foot soak packets at the drugstore for years. They're almost all Epsom salt anyway, just with added fragrance and a fancier label slapped on the front. Save yourself the markup and go straight to the source. It's much better. Benefit 13, a natural laxative for constipation relief. This one surprises people, but Epsom salt has actually been used as a laxative for well over 100 years, and the FDA recognizes it as a safe over-the-counter option. You dissolve a small amount, usually about a teaspoon for adults, in a glass of water and drink it. The magnesium draws water into the intestines, which helps get things moving along. Now, this isn't something you'd use every day, and you always want to check with your doctor if you're on other medications. But if you're looking at paying $5 or $6 for a name brand laxative at the pharmacy, it's worth knowing that Epsom salt can do the same job for a fraction of the cost. I've seen people spend $30 or $40 a month on digestive supplements when something this simple and affordable is already sitting in their bathroom. Benefit 12, splinter removal. It's a lifesaver. This one is practical, and I wish someone had told me about it years ago, especially when my kids were little. Instead of digging around with a needle, which nobody enjoys, soak the area in a warm Epsom salt solution for about 10 minutes first. The salt draws the splinter closer to the surface of the skin and softens the skin around it, making it much easier to remove with tweezers. It often slides right out with very little effort. No more 10-minute wrestling matches with a sewing needle and a 7-year-old who will not hold still. We're just getting warmed up. Let's keep going. The next group is where things start to get really interesting because we're moving into benefits that have nothing to do with your body and everything to do with cutting the cost of products you're probably buying every single week. Okay, so we've covered the body benefits. Now let's talk about what Epsom salt can do around your house and for your skin, because this is where people really start to feel like they've been overpaying for things they didn't need to buy. Benefit 11, cleaning tile grout. Grout is one of those things that looks fine until it doesn't, and then it looks terrible. And the specialty grout cleaners at the store are not cheap. Some of them run $8 or $10 for a small bottle. But if you mix equal parts Epsom salt and liquid dish soap, you get a paste that scrubs grout surprisingly well. The salt acts as a gentle abrasive. It breaks up the grime without scratching the tile, and the dish soap cuts through any grease or residue. Apply it, let it sit for a few minutes, scrub with an old toothbrush, and rinse. That's it. It's really that easy. I've used this in my kitchen and my bathrooms, and the results are genuinely comparable to the name brand stuff. The difference is I made it for almost nothing at all. Benefit 10. Removing detergent buildup from your washing machine. Your washing machine is working hard for you every single week, but if you're using liquid detergent, there's a good chance you've got soap residue and buildup sitting inside the drum and the hoses. That buildup can make your clothes smell musty even after a fresh wash, and it shortens the life of the machine. So run an empty cycle on hot with a cup of Epsom salt and no detergent. It works great. The salt breaks up the mineral deposits and soap residue and flushes it all out. It's very effective. You don't need to buy a special washing machine cleaner tablet, and those can cost anywhere from $3 to $6 per use. Epsom salt does the same thing for pennies. Benefit 9, a DIY exfoliating scrub for your skin. This is one I started doing a few years ago, and I haven't bought a body scrub since. Mix Epsom salt with a little olive oil or coconut oil, enough to make a paste, and you've got an exfoliating scrub that works just as well as the one sitting on the shelf at the beauty store for $12 or $15. The salt granules slough off dead skin cells, and the oil moisturizes at the same time. Your skin feels noticeably smoother after just one use. My skin feels great. Now, one thing to know though, don't use this on your face if you have sensitive skin, because the granules can be a little rough. But for elbows, knees, feet, and the rest of your body, it's fantastic. I'm curious, how many of these are you already doing? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And if any of these are completely new to you, that's exactly why this list exists. Benefit 8, reducing blackheads and unclogging pores. So this one is more of a targeted skin treatment than a full scrub. Mix a teaspoon of Epsom salt with your regular facial cleanser, massage it gently onto your nose and chin, the areas where blackheads tend to show up, and rinse with cold water. The salt loosens the buildup inside the pores without stripping your skin the way some of those harsh charcoal strips or pore clearing products do. And here's what bothers me about the pore strip industry specifically. Those little nose strips can run you $8 or $9 for a pack of 8. You use them once or twice a week and you're going through a pack a month. That's a lot. That adds up to over $100 a year on something that Epsom salt and your existing face wash can largely replace. We're more than halfway through, and the next section is where things take a turn most people don't see coming because we're heading outside. And what Epsom salt can do for your garden and your lawn is one of the best kept secrets in the whole bag. Now here's where it gets good, because everything we've covered so far has been inside the house. But take that same bag of Epsom salt outside, and what it can do for your garden and your lawn is something the fertilizer companies would genuinely rather you not know about. Benefit 7, boosting plant growth in your garden. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and magnesium is one of the core nutrients that plants need to produce chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what makes leaves green and what powers photosynthesis, basically the engine that keeps your plants alive and growing. When your soil is low in magnesium, plants get yellow leaves, weak stems, and poor fruit production. A tablespoon of Epsom salt dissolved in a gallon of water, applied to the base of your plants every 2 to 4 weeks, gives them a magnesium boost that you'd otherwise be paying for in specialty fertilizers. And those specialty fertilizers? They can get really expensive. Some of them run $15 to $25 a bag. Your $5 Epsom salt does a big part of that same job. Benefit 6, getting more tomatoes and peppers from your garden. This one is specific and it works. Tomatoes and peppers are 2 of the heaviest magnesium-feeding plants you can grow, and they're also 2 of the most popular home garden crops. If your tomato plants are flowering but not setting fruit, or if your peppers are looking pale and stunted, low magnesium is often the reason. Spray the leaves directly with a solution of 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt per gallon of water when the plant is flowering. This is called foliar feeding, and it gets the magnesium into the plant faster than a soil drench. I started doing this a few summers ago, and the difference in my tomato yield was significant. We're talking plants loaded with fruit compared to what I was getting before. Benefit 5. Keeping slugs and pests away from your plants. Nobody wants to go out in the morning and find their lettuce or hostas chewed down to nothing overnight. Slugs and some other soft-bodied insects are extremely sensitive to Epsom salt. Sprinkle it around the base of your plants or along garden borders, and it acts as a deterrent. When slugs come into contact with it, the magnesium sulfate dehydrates them and they turn back. Now, you do need to reapply after rain, but compared to buying slug pellets or chemical pest deterrents that can run $6 to $10 per bottle, this is almost free. Just be careful not to over-apply it directly on soil that already has high magnesium levels. Too much of anything isn't good. A light border around the plants is all you need. Benefit 4. Greening up a yellowing lawn. Yellow patches in your lawn are frustrating, and the automatic response for a lot of homeowners is to go buy a bag of lawn fertilizer. But if the yellowing is caused by magnesium deficiency, which it often is, especially in sandy or heavily rained-on soils, fertilizer alone won't fix it. What will fix it is Epsom salt. Dissolve 3 tablespoons per gallon of water and apply it with a garden sprayer over the yellow areas. Do it in the early morning or evening so the sun doesn't burn the wet blades. You should start to see the green come back within a couple of weeks. Lawn care products specifically marketed for color and green up can cost $20 to $30 per application. This costs almost nothing. Benefit 3. Loosening compacted soil. This one is less glamorous, but it matters a lot if you're trying to grow anything in hard, dense soil. Compacted soil doesn't let water, air, or nutrients get down to the roots properly, and plants struggle as a result. Working Epsom salt into the soil before planting helps break up some of that compaction at the mineral level and improves the overall texture over time. It works especially well when combined with compost or organic matter. Gardeners who know about this don't spend money on chemical soil conditioners, and a good soil conditioner product can run $15 or more per bag. This is a fraction of the cost, and it comes with all the other benefits we've already talked about. All right, before we get to the final 2, and number 1 is the one I get the most questions about, if this kind of practical, money-saving content is useful to you, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a lot more where this came from. Okay, stay with me because the last 2 are the ones that will genuinely make you look at that bag of Epsom salt in a completely different way. All right, we made it to the final 2, and I saved these for last on purpose because these are the ones that tend to stop people cold when they hear them. One of them is a home remedy that's been used for generations and somehow got buried under a pile of overpriced pharmacy products. And number 1 is something you'd never guess Epsom salt could do. But once you try it, you'll wonder why nobody told you sooner. Benefit 2. Relieving sunburn and skin irritation. When your skin is burnt, itchy, or irritated, whether it's from sun exposure, a bug bite, or contact with something that didn't agree with you, your first instinct is probably to reach for a bottle of aloe vera gel or an anti-itch cream. And those products usually work fine for most people. But Epsom salt works too, and it costs a fraction of the price. Mix 2 tablespoons into a cup of warm water, let it cool down, then apply it to the affected area with a clean cloth or cotton pad. The magnesium sulfate has natural anti-inflammatory properties that calm the skin down and reduce the itching and redness. A good bottle of After Sun lotion runs anywhere from $8 to $15. A bag of Epsom salt that does the same thing, and 15 other things on top of it, costs $5 and lasts for months. That's real savings right there. And here's the part that gets me about products like this. They take one active mechanism, package it in a pretty bottle with a soothing name, mark it up by 300 or 400%, and count on the fact that you don't know what's actually doing the work inside the bottle. Well, now you know. Benefit 1. Treating toenail fungus. I told you this one would surprise you. Toenail fungus is one of those things people deal with quietly for years because the prescription treatments are expensive, the over-the-counter options are hit or miss, and nobody really wants to talk about it. but a warm Epsom salt foot soak done consistently, and I mean consistently, every day or every other day for several weeks, can make a real dent in mild to moderate toenail fungus. The magnesium sulfate creates an environment that draws out moisture and makes it harder for the fungus to thrive. It also softens the nail, which helps any topical treatment you're using alongside it absorb better and work more effectively. Now, I want to be straight with you. If the infection is severe or has been going on for a long time, you need to see a doctor. This is not a replacement for medical treatment when medical treatment is what you actually need. But for early-stage fungal issues, or as a supporting treatment alongside something your doctor already recommended, Epsom salt foot soaks are something dermatologists have been quietly suggesting to patients for years. The prescription antifungal creams and lacquers can run $40, $50, even $100 or more depending on your insurance situation. A daily foot soak that helps the problem costs you almost nothing, and it's something you can start tonight. I've had people reach out after sharing tips like this one and tell me they've been spending money on pharmacy products for years without results, and something this simple finally made a difference. That's exactly why I put this at number 1. So there you have it, 15 ways to use that bag of Epsom salt that go way beyond a bath soak. Which one of these surprised you the most? Or is there one you've already been doing for years that I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And YouTube thinks you'll like this video next, so check it out and I'll see you in the next episode.